Alright, boys. This is it. The final episode of the Weekly Giggity for the 2020 season. Question mark. No, it definitely is the last episode. This one's going to be a little shorter, as you can imagine. There's not as much to talk about, but at the same time, there's a lot to talk about. We got the third place match and the championship bout between Noah and Tony. So, I'm a little depressed. Roll that intro for the Weekly Giggity.
Watching the Weekly Giggity, baby, it's the Weekly Giggity.
Alright, news and notes? Fuck no, we ain't got none. So, to fill a little time, I'm just gonna go with some 2020 bests of mine that I came up with, myself, me personally. So here we go. My top 5 draft picks. Let's check them out. Number 5, Will Fuller. Pick 306 to Sam. He ended up the wide receiver 15. Unfortunately, he kind of fucked Sam at the end there, as he cheated. Number 4, Antonio Gibson. Pick 509 to Tony. Ended up the running back 11. Number 3, Chase Claypool. Pick 708 to Corey. Nicely done. Ended up the wide receiver 18. Number 2, Justin Jefferson. Pick 401 to Slater. He ended up the wide receiver 6. Damn. Touche, Tishy. And number 1, Devontae Adams. Pick 104 to Noor, and ending up as the wide receiver 2 on the season. And no doubt, the big linchpin in Noor's success. Alright, now let's go check out the top 5 free agent pickups of 2020. Number 5, Corey Davis, $1 to Tony, ending up as the wide receiver 21. Number 4, Younghoe Koo, $1 to Sam, ending up as the kicker number 3. Speaking of number 3, Wayne Gallman, $3 to Sam. He ended up the running back 27, though he was the running back 7 after taking the lead role in New York on week 7. Wow, how this is all tying together. Number 2, Justin Herbert, $1 to Tony, ending up as the quarterback 9. And number 1, you could probably guess it, James Robinson, $1 to Areola. He ended up as the running back 4 on the season. Touche, nipple. Okay, now let's check out the top 5 draft busts of 2020. Number 5, Darius Slayton. $5. He was pick 402 to Tony, and he ended up the wide receiver 46. Number 4, James Conner. Was $15. He was the 106 pick to Noor, and he ended up the running back 23. Number 3, Clydes Edward-Helaire. $48 fucking dollars. The 101 pick, first pick of the draft, to Slater, ended up the running back 17. Not terrible, but not what you want out of the first pick. Number 2, AJ Green. He was $8, pick number 206 for Noor, and he ended up the wide receiver 74. Ugh. Fuck. That just leaves number 1, biggest draft bust of 2020, AJ Dillon. $1, pick number 309 to Kevin. I'm sorry, bitch. He ended up the running back 103. I had to do some digging to look at that stat line there. Alright. Those are a few of my top 5s. So, let's fucking do it. Let's get into it. It's the weekly recap. All right, the weekly recap. 2 matches, 3 payouts. Let's find out what happened. You already know, but we're going to talk about it anyway because I'm lonely. Match 1, Corey versus Sam. The battle for 3rd place. Both men had a running back on Saturday, and Corey jumped out to the early lead with a big night from Aaron Jones. Mike Davis couldn't get much going against a suspect Green Bay run defense. As expected, Corey's strengths were in his running backs, and Sam his wide receivers. Dalvin beasted, and Chubb did just enough to score 12 points. Calvin Ridley had a big day, with 163 yards and a touchdown. Both squads' bottom 3 didn't do much, but the big difference in this one was the quarterbacks. Kyler got back on track in a shootout with Philly, throwing for more than 400 yards. Sam stayed away from Big Ben while Taysom was under center, and he probably should have stuck with that formula as the Steelers looked like black and yellow dog shit against the Bengals. Corey wins the bronze easily, 108-76. Now I should probably go with Big Ben here, but the whole team has been trending downward, so I'm going to go with the Rams defense. They fucking lost to the Jets. Only 2 sacks and 23 points allowed gave the Rams D 2 points for Corey.
Showstopper.
The aforementioned Kyler Murray did have 2 turnovers, but in the shootout was able to throw a shit ton. Kyler ended up with 406 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also ran for 29 yards and a score, giving him 31 points. He helped securing that bronze medal for Corey. Alright boys, match 2, Nor versus Tony. Ladies and gentlemen, the main event of the season. The championship bout between the number 2 and number 6 seeds. Tony decided to run with the rookie Justin Herbert that no doubt helped get him here. Herbert got Tony up early with a strong Thursday night performance with 26 points. Nor looked to jump ahead big with his Packer stack going Saturday night. Unfortunately, it did not go his way. The Packers were able to rely on their run game, and Rodgers couldn't connect deep with Adams. Tunyon did find the end zone, but didn't have much after that. When Nor was looking to be up at least 20 going into Sunday, he finds himself only up 2 points with two less players to play. The gold medal was pretty much on Tony's neck early. Sunday morning, Tony makes a lineup change, taking Davis out and plugging in the hot T.Y. Hilton, which proved to be foolish. Tony's team couldn't find the end zone Sunday, with only 2 touchdowns coming from Kamara and Kelsey. Meanwhile, Nor was littered with touchdowns, with 5 of them between Fournette, Monty, and Ayuk. Tony needed a big night from Kareem Hunt to have a shot on Monday night, but that was shot down quickly as Hunt was hardly utilized in the game, only giving Tony 2 points. Tony was chasing Nor from way behind, needing Juju to outscore Benny Snell by 19 fucking points. Spoiler alert! Not even fucking close. Tony leaves a whopping 44 could-be points on the bench when Nor could have had another 22. Nor gets hot at the right time and takes the 2020 Gridiron Gala Championship, beating Tony 117-81. Now, obviously I picked Nor in last week's episode. I think there were some technical difficulties, but cheers anyway, pal. This one is obvious in my eyes. Juju Smith-Schuster didn't have a good season, but the matchup did look promising. After fumbling on his second catch of the day, he had damned Tony back to hell. Juju ended up with only 3 catches for 15 yards and a fumble, resulting in -1 point. Hands down, David Montgomery was Nor's MVP during the playoffs. Once Nor had acquired the Bears running back from Slater, Monty had a floor of 20 points. During the playoffs, he scored 70 points for Nor, no doubt driving the train that led to glory. Monty ran the ball 32 times against the Vikings with 146 yards and 2 touchdowns, resulting in 27 points. Well, you know, it's been a good year, fellas. I had fun. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Season's over. Looking forward to 2021. And glad we got through it. Glad that we didn't have to deal with that COVID schedule change that was discussed at the draft. It was a good year. Cheers to all of you. I wish you a happy off season. Let's see some fucking deals. Yeah. I'm Tony Funston, your silver medal winner, and I'm putting that away until summer. Peace out, y'all. Love you guys. And I'd still do me, even though I lost. And I know y'all agree. Fuck you, Nor! Here's my setup, boys. Behind the scenes. Peace, I'm out of here.